So it's turning out like hundreds of hours of footage of Stan Lee in the final years of his life is going to come to light. Now, for those of you who don't know, what are you doing with yourself? But obviously, Stan Lee was a co-creator of the basically Marvel Comics. He created a lot of the characters that everyone knows and loves, and tons more that they don't even know about, have never heard about, unless you're a true comic connoisseur. But there's this guy. His name is John Bolerjack, and he was basically he pitched him a reality series whenever Stan Lee was still alive. Stan Lee gave him the go ahead. It's like, yeah, let's do it. And he knew by the end that it would turn into a documentary because too many curtains were lifted. The veil had been raised up. So let's go into a little bit about this because now this is going to see the light of day. So Stan Lee's tumultuous final years to be explored in a documentary from that guy I said, John Bolerjack, hundreds of hours of footage. Now it's turning into a doc called Stan Lee, the final chapter. This poor guy, everyone loved him. Now I'm sure there are many stories on both sides, but at least the public persona of Stan Lee was absolutely great. But he was always happy to do things. He seemed very chipper and bubbly. It seems like this documentary, which there is a point in this article where it seems like, okay, there's definitely going to be a bias and a slant because every situation has the other side, your side, and the middle ground. But we're not going to get into that right now. So in the final years of Stan Lee's life, John Bolerjack and his camera became a fixture wherever the Marvel icon went. He followed him around the world to comic book conventions and movie premieres. He captured moments and conversations candidly at Lee's Hollywood Hills home. But he also says the camera captured bad behavior among Lee's inner circle. Now, granted, when Stan Lee died, I believe it was 95, if I'm not mistaken. I think it says here in the article at some point. But he was an old guy, still with very good mental acuity from the last time that we saw him. But over the past few years, he's been turning hundreds of hours of footage into a documentary called Stan Lee, the Final Years. And that was all kept a secret until today because it was supposed to be a reality TV series and it just didn't work out that way. Is more just like, hey, I want documentation. Now, years before Stan Lee's death, a 2018 investigation detailed allegations of elder abuse amid a power struggle for control of Lee's care and his estate. Bolerjack was there the whole time, and he contends things were even worse than what was put out, which it almost always is. It's almost always worse than the PR statement that they put out. And yes, he did die at the age of 19, at the age of 95 in 2018. Now, this trailer right here, which I'm not going to show you because I don't know if it's going to get me, if it's going to just block the site. But a comic book fanatic who studied documentaries at film school, he met Lee through a mutual friend and he pitched him on the show. Lee said, yeah, let's do it. Sounds great. And then Lee broke the quote unquote cardinal rule of documentary filmmaking by growing close to the subject. And that's where I say there's probably going to be a bias slant to this. Everything that he shows, I don't think he can be, I don't think he could be completely objective with everything that he's showing. And let's be real, most documentaries are not completely objective. They have a story to tell, they have a slant that they want to put on it, and they want to make you think the way that the filmmakers are thinking. There's always another side to the story. He says that I grew to look at him as a friend, his family, and I really wanted to be there to advocate for him. I was doing the best that I could, trying to get Lee, basically making excuses for him that, like, hey, you should rest. You know you're an old codger right now. I mean, you're putting on a great face for everyone. Everyone loves you, at least the main public. They love you, man. Like, and you always show up, but it's taking a toll on your health. Lee had a carefully crafted public persona as the eternally upbeat pitchman. Yes, and he had cameos in basically all of the early MCU films because recognizable. Also an absolute legend of comic book, not only comic books, but just entertainment in general. Everyone knows the name Stan Lee. And when they saw his face, they were just like, oh, yeah, he's making goofy jokes. He seems like a good guy to hang out with. He seems like, at the last point, like this great grandpa that you just want to like, hey, you want to crack open a beer? Don't let great grandma see. He goes on to say that I spoke to him about this at length, even towards the very end of his life. A lot of things have happened to him, but I didn't get the real sense that he felt shame about it. And that's why Stan Lee gave his blessing for all this, is because he was just like, oh, yeah, this is life, warts and all. I let you into my house. I let you into my home. I let you into my heart. Show it all. I've got nothing to hide. I mean, my work speaks for itself. Now, as of now, there is no release date, but it is being compiled, it is being edited, and it will be presented sometime in the near future. The fact that it has been announced means that, it's been picked up and things are post-production is going to be going forward even more than it already was, and they're going to have a team of people working on it. So you can expect to see this sometime in the near future. Now, where will it land? My money's probably on Prime Video, although it could go to Netflix. I would not expect Hulu or Disney Plus to touch this with a 10-foot pole, because it is going to show how they absolutely fucking wrecked the MCU and all the characters and storylines. I don't even think the guy would sell it to it. If this guy is actually being truthful and he actually cared about Stan Lee and he is a comic book enthusiast about the good stuff, about what the foundation that brought us to where we are today, I don't think he would even sell the rights to something that Disney had its greasy fucking paws in. But I don't know. I've been proven wrong before. All the time, actually. If you guys have heard of this, what do you think about it? If you haven't heard of it, still, what do you think about it? This is Malty from Mouth of Malty. R.I.P. Stan Lee. You did great, man. Y'all have a great day and take care. Bye.